And there we go. All right. Well, welcome everybody to this month's Executive First National event. And a big thank you to First National for bringing us all here together to help you grow your business. Now, just as a reminder, this is an invite-only event, and we've limited it to roughly 300 people that get access to this training. So the 3 years of webinars, the 36 webinars that we produced leading up to this sequence was open to anybody. This sequence is taught at a very high level and it's very detail-oriented to give you specific marketing plans to be able to map out and actually implement. This is private. You have to be invited to get access to this session. So today's training is going to be very in-depth and it's going to be very detail-oriented. And I'm here to help you implement this stuff after the event. So if you need help, it's chris@connectionincorporated.com, or you can email support@connectionincorporated.com. We've got an incredible team that can get you the support that you need in order to implement this stuff. So here is our plan for what we're going to go through here today. First, we're going to go through understanding the rate dynamic online, because there's a lot of, I believe, misinformation in our industry, or misnomers, that people believe that the majority of our customers are focused entirely on rate, and that's simply not true. So we're going to overcome that and then use that new knowledge to map out and create a marketing plan and an offer that is resonating exceptionally well with the audience right now and generating really high quality leads from online ads. And then I'm going to show you how to launch out that marketing plan campaign and that marketing plan. And what we're actually going to do here today is go into Google AdWords, and I'm going to show you kind of step by step how to launch out a Google marketing campaign if you don't already have one. So show you how the campaign layout needs to be structured and best practices for that, and then really dive in on the remarketing and showing you how to make it so that once people engage in your marketing, or they engage in your business, or your past clients or your past customers, I'm going to show you how to remarket to those people so that you get more referrals from your past customers, you close more of the deals that you get from your referral partners like your realtors and your financial planners, and you close more loans from the people that are finding you online when you're placing your value proposition with the advertisements that are advertising rate. And that's what this is all about, getting people into our funnel. So let's get into it. Now, there's been some really fantastic research done by CMHC, and they went out and this year, just Google CMHC mortgage survey, pull up the most recent one, and the stats are in that report. And it shows us that over 3/4, or 76% of mortgage consumers, look to various online sources to find out about mortgage options and features. The majority of our customers are going online to do their research. The majority of those people are using Google. We all pretty much know this at this point, right? So if you're going to go direct to market and you're going to generate business in your mortgage business outside of referrals from past customers or realtor referral partners, going direct to market and using Google first is the most efficient way to go out and get in front of this 76% of customers that are searching online. Now, here's the really interesting thing. I've blown this up for you a little bit on the slide. As in previous years, mortgage consumers do a variety of activities online. 76% of respondents to the survey used a mortgage calculator online. 51% did a financial self-assessment, and 29%, almost 30% of those people filled out an online pre-approval form. And that could be after speaking to a broker and going to their page and filling out that form, or going out and doing it on their own. But you'll notice here that rate shopping isn't one of the primary things that people go online to do. Really, what our clients want is to understand the features and benefits that are included in a mortgage. Who are the different players in the industry? What are they offering? What are the features and benefits? Standard purchase behavior, right? If you go out and look at a car, you want to know features and benefits. If you look at really buying anything, you want to go out and look at the features and benefits. And then after you've done the research into features and benefits, you're making the decision as to what features are important to you specifically And then you narrow your purchase decision down from that point. And that's important to touch on because I'm going to show you some examples of ads that are out there right now. And I'll show you how this rate game is essentially a self-fulfilling prophecy. And we'll talk about that in just a second. So the second thing that our clients want is access to a good rate calculator. And I'm going to put the emphasis on good there because it needs to be able to give them the actual calculations that they're looking for. And it can't be complex. You don't have to, you shouldn't have to be able to do extra math in order to use the rate calculator. You should be able to put in the purchase price, put in the down payment percentage, and it should be able to calculate out weekly payment, monthly payment, how long it's going to take to pay off the loan at those rates, right? A good rate calculator. There's lots of them out there for you to share. And First National has a phenomenal rate calculator on their website if you haven't checked that out already. Now, the third thing is a financial self-assessment tool. And this was actually surprising when we got into the research. And then when I started to think about it, I was like, well, that really kind of makes sense. People want to know how their mortgage fits into their overall financial plan, how much of their income every month is going to be taken by their mortgage payment, principal, interest, taxes, all those wonderful things. So giving them a tool that helps them map that out is extremely valuable. Then, and only then, after they've gone through the process of understanding features and benefits, calculating out the payments, using some rough rates that are out there, then going through their financial planning, then they're looking to negotiate the rate. And most of the industry tries to jump to the end of that research process and just says, hey, I'll give you the best rate. Well, that's not actually what our clients and customers want. And if you go out and you just do a Google search for mortgage broker, or you do any really related search for mortgages, you're going to see advertisements that pop up at the top of the page. So when you look at these advertisements, I've got those little red arrows on there, you'll notice that the first thing that people are inundated with when they start to do their research online, which keep in mind is 76% of our consumers, which includes people that have been referred to you, people that are coming from your referral partners, and just standard people that don't yet know that they need to be working with a mortgage broker. Look at what the rates are telling them, right? It's in the first ad, best rate, right? Second ad, offers competitive rates. Third ad, mortgage brokers and rates, lowest rate and quick approval. So if I'm a consumer, and just put yourself in this mindset, if you didn't know anything about mortgages, and then you went online, you did a search on Google, and that was your first introduction to the mortgage industry, it is natural for you to think that rate should be the thing that you're using to shop, right? It's just like, okay, this is going to sound super weird, but I was doing some research online to see how different industries are pre-framing their customers through the advertisements, right? And I did a whole bunch of research into like beekeeping equipment and car modification stuff because I'm working on a van restoration project right now. And one of the ones I was working with my wife at the time, she said, type in hair extensions. There's a ton of ads online about hair extensions. So here I am on Google searching for hair extensions. And the one thing that I saw in every single ad was 100% real hair. And so if I was shopping for hair extensions, there's somebody shopping for hair extensions and they don't know what they're looking for, they're automatically going to ask the first company that they call, hey, is this real hair? Now, I don't know whether that's important or not, but I think that that's important because of what I saw in the first round of online ads when I started to do my research. And this is so important because our customers don't really care about what the rate is at the very beginning of their process. They want somebody to explain the features and benefits, offer them a good rate calculator, give them a financial assessment tool, and then educate them on rate. So when you look at your online advertising, in order to compete with that kind of race to the bottom, in my opinion, all we need to do is elevate ourselves above the competition and give our consumers what they actually want, right? Does that make sense? So here's an example of a good ad, right? And this is an ad that we're running on Google for one of our clients. And it says, you know, the company name, Mortgage Group, try our free calculator. Get a financial assessment worksheet and find out how much home you can buy. Now, compare that to, I've got the lowest rates and quick approvals, right? Which one is actually speaking to the end goal of what that consumer wants? It's our ad. We're stepping up above the noise and saying, hey, I'm not a commodity. I'm not just a rate. I'm not just a, somebody that can be battered around to get the quickest turnaround for you. I'm going to educate you. I'm going to give you the tools that you need to make a strong financial decision for your family. And again, this is kind of a question here for all of us here. Which would you rather be? How would you rather position your business to bring people in? Because the traffic isn't going to stop. We've got the opportunity to get in front of over 75% of the consumers out there. And I can tell you this, that is enough to make a significant impact. Some people will just be fixated on rate when they see those first ads. And we've somewhat, lost those people into that world, and that's okay. Because there is more than enough. There is abundance out there of people that want to make a strong financial decision and be educated through the process. And those are the types of clients and customers that we want to work with. So here's the second half of that. You got to give the right offer. But if you want to win the rate game online, you have to advertise, because without you and your quality advertising message, there is a void in the marketplace, and there is no other, champion for good service out there online. So what I'm going to show you now is how to properly set up Google AdWords and properly set up a campaign so that you can put high quality advertisements with a high quality offer amongst the ads that are just completely focused on rate, so that you can make a difference, bring those customers into your business, fund more volume, and have a better client experience, because I think ultimately that's going to help all of us just do better, right? So we're taking off our structuring hat, and we're now mapping out our campaign. Okay, so if you're a marketing director within a company, or you're running the marketing for whatever mortgage professional brought you here, this is the point where you get out your planning tools, pull out your paper, your pen, or whatever it is that you're using to take notes, because this is where the rubber hits the road with today's presentation. Okay, so when you're advertising on Google AdWords, it will help you greatly reduce the costs of your campaign if you follow this structure. So at the very beginning, when you log into Google AdWords, if you've never run a Google AdWords campaign before, click on Search Network Only to start. The first campaign that you want to run is only on the search network. So on Google, there's a bunch of different networks, but the first is search, and then search and display. Display advertising is essentially ads or banner ads that are going on websites that are related to the product that you're offering. So this would be ads on Kijiji in the real estate and housing section, or websites that are showing ads through Google's AdSense network. We don't want to get there yet. That's a more advanced play. It's more difficult to run a successful campaign on that side of things. What you want is a search network only campaign. Those are only the advertisements that are showing up on the front page of Google when people do a Google search for the specific keyword that you have selected. So take, for example, mortgage broker. If you're running an ad campaign on the search network for the keyword mortgage broker, when somebody types mortgage broker into Google in your specified location, your ad will show up on the front page of Google at the top, right? And when you narrow these campaigns down, and you get really focused on the people that you want, and you run those high quality ads and you get good click-through rates, these campaigns can scale to be very cost effective and generate really high quality leads, because again, these are people that are already looking for you, right? So once you select a search network campaign, you're going to build a campaign based on the area where you want to advertise. So that's the city, or just the rough geographic location as to where you want your ads to show up. So people in this geographic location are going to search for mortgages, and they're going to see my ad. Inside every campaign is an ad set, and you can create as many ad sets as you want inside a campaign, and those ad sets are based on the product and the keyword, okay? So at the campaign level, you're telling Google, okay, here's the area and the type of campaign that I want to run. Then inside that geographic location, at the ad set level, you're telling them what specific keywords you want to run ads on, Okay, so that's the ad set level. And then inside each ad set, you have specific ads that relate specifically to the keyword. And that is the structure of how you put together your AdWords campaign. So that's very high level, 30,000 feet. Let me take you in and show you more granular so that while you're setting these campaigns up, you know what it looks like. So when you go into your campaign structure, you can see as soon as you log into AdWords and you set up your account, assuming that all of you can get to that point, it's a pretty standard process. Just put in your credit card and click OK. There's a couple of steps in there, but you'll figure it out. We're all intelligent people here, right? So when you get to the campaign level, there's that blue circle with the plus sign in it. You're going to click on that plus sign and it will ask you to create a campaign and select your target market. This is what your campaigns tab should look like when it's all built out. So you've got market number 1, market number 2, market number 3, market number 4, and you can break these down by neighborhood or just by specific city. So you might just have one specific marketplace that you're going after. Then you'll have a retargeting campaign that's retargeting the people from that specific marketplace. Now your retargeting campaign is a separate campaign from your core campaign. So you have your core campaign, which is market-based, and then your retargeting campaign, which is retargeting the people in there. And during this training, I'm going to show you how to set up a retargeting campaign. It's really cool. I think you're really going to like it. Okay. So once you've set up the campaign, you've selected the target market that you want, then you create your ad groups. And your ad groups should look something similar to this. So at the top, you can see running down the list on the left-hand side, we've got mortgages. So we're telling Google, okay, we want to target people that are using the phrase mortgage or mortgages. Then we've got mortgage broker. We've got an ad group for mortgage agent. We've got an ad group for first-time home buyers. We've got an ad group for second mortgages. We've got an ad group for people that are just looking for top-rated mortgage broker, private mortgages, private lending, private financing, private mortgage loans, private funds, and on and on and on for each of the different specific product types that we want to promote for this specific business, right? Now, inside each ad group, you tell Google, here are the keywords and the ads specific to that keyword. So if we go into the ad group of mortgages, you can see we've only got 2 keywords, mortgage and mortgages. Then we have 3 ads that are written for those key phrases using the exact same words that people are searching for inside of Google. So when you structure your campaigns like this, you're getting very specific geography. You're getting a very specific product type, so you know exactly who it is that you're talking to, and then you're writing advertisements that speak directly to the need of the consumer that is shopping. And again, we've got our standard offerings for the rate calculator, the financial assessment, and the education portion of things, but now we can customize that. So check out our free refinance calculator. Check out our free debt consolidation calculator. And our ads speak using the language that the customer has used to do that search. And by being very specific in our offering, you get higher click-through rates, you get better quality leads, and overall your cost per lead goes down and the quality of the leads that you generate goes up. And just through simple formatting. So if you've got a Google AdWords campaign running and you've gone in there and there's just one campaign, one ad group, and 3 ads targeting everybody under the sun, typing a whole big broad group of keywords, you should probably pause that and take the time to restructure your campaign so that you can actually see what's working, where your leads are coming from, and give the right offer to the right audience. Now, keep in mind that even though you've got the right campaign structure, most of the clicks will not convert right away. Remember, we're helping people make the largest financial decision of their lives. Well, quite literally, for many people, getting a mortgage is the largest decision that they will ever make financially. So it's logical that these people will not just do a Google search, call the first company, and just do business with that first company. It's a big enough decision that they're going to want to do their research and they're going to want to work with somebody who educates them. It's like, buying a used car. And this is, I won't do this analogy justice, but we'll use it anyway. When you go onto a used car lot, the used car guy that comes up to you and is like, hey, have you been pre-approved for financing? you don't necessarily want to work with that guy. You say, no thanks, I'm just looking, you walk off the lot, whether you like the car you were looking at or not, right? It's just an off-putting experience. Whereas the car salesman that comes up to you and says, hey, how you folks doing today? What are you in the market for? What type of car is really going to fulfill your needs? And then walks you through, okay, well, hey, you've got 5 kids. You might want to be looking at the minivans. Let me take you over and show you the bottom of the line and the top of the line and figure out what features are specific and good for you, right? That's the person that when you get down to the table and they say, okay, great, well, how are you going to pay for this? You're willing to have that conversation, right? So it's logical that people need education to get to the point of coming into the office, sitting down, and actually funding a mortgage with us. Now, clicks work the same way, right? People will see your offer and they'll think, maybe I'll come back later. And so we've got to make sure that we have retargeting as part of every single campaign, because advertising, we've all heard it, it takes an average of 7 advertisements in front of somebody for them to remember our brand and to actually fulfill on the offer that we're giving them. And that means be comfortable enough to put in their name, their phone number, their email address into the offering that we're giving them. So you've got to have retargeting set up for every single one of these campaigns, because retargeting brings you the highest quality leads that you've already paid for. If you've already paid the upfront cost for the click to come to your website and there's no retargeting, you've lost that person back into the ether of the internet unless they click on one of your ads again, which is a very expensive way to recapture that person. Retargeting brings your cost down, in some cases, 90%, to get that person to click on that ad again and again and then ultimately convert. So retargeting is very important. And this is what your retargeting structure looks like. So on the left-hand side, we have the targeting. You can retarget people that are your past clients by uploading your database. You can retarget people that are in just your general database of leads that you've had come into your business that you haven't converted. And then you can also set up targeting based on people that have been on your website previously. Those are the people that have clicked on your ads, gone to your website, but not converted. Now, once you've used the proper AdWords structure to get the keywords and the ad to the right person that's searching for the right thing, and they come to your website, you don't want to keep showing that person the same ad again, right? Because they think, well, it's just the same thing. Why would I click on that ad again? So we change our ads to be more brand building and give a specific call to action. And you can do that through success stories, right, of examples of how you help your clients. These aren't specific testimonials yet, although, well, there it is on the screen. The third one down is testimonials. But a success story is different from a testimonial in the fact that you're giving an outline of how you help people in a specific situation. So, for example, the campaign that focuses on refinancing gives a success story of what your typical refinance looks like and how much cash flow that person saves on a monthly basis, or a purchase where you're educating the person through the process. So the 4 different types of retargeting ads that you should be running are success-based, branding-based, so obviously putting your brand in front of those people so that you get that brand recognition. When they're ready to convert, they will. Testimonials from your past clients, and then direct calls to action. And the call to action is check out our rate calculator, check out our financial budgeting worksheet, book a free consultation today, giving them direct calls to action on the things that they want. Now, the results that you get from these retargeting ads are direct phone calls from people, because typically in a retargeting ad, we will put your phone number and people will call you right from the advertisement when they're ready. You'll get emails through the website. You'll get direct messages through your website if you've got live chat installed, and then web forms as well. Again, seeing almost 30% of people that will actually, when they're ready and they've become comfortable enough with your brand, actually going to the website and then filling out a web form to get more information from you. So that's the structure of how a retargeting campaign fills in behind your standard AdWords campaign. So what I'm going to do is walk you through advertising to your past customers and to the people that have already been on your website by setting up what's called customer match. So what you're doing is telling Google, okay, this person has landed on my website, or they're a past customer of mine. I want you to follow this person with advertisements. And you can run ads on YouTube if you've got video marketing, on Gmail, that shows up right at the top of their inbox inside their Gmail, inside the promotions tab or the social tab, or again on the search network or on the content network, right? And here are a couple of examples of what these ads look like. On the left-hand side, it's a screenshot from my phone of a retargeting ad that we're running for Connection Incorporated. So that somebody comes on our website, they open up their email, they see an ad from us, giving them the offer for the free 3-part video training that we offered them through our original Google advertisement. And on the right-hand side, you can see a pre-roll YouTube ad that is showing not to a general audience, which is very expensive, but to a very specific person who has already been to our website, so we know that they're interested in what we've got, right? So quality retargeting converts lost leads, it generates more referrals from your past customers, and it builds an incredible brand presence once you know that that person is already wanting what you've got. They want a mortgage, we just got to stay in front of them until they're ready to reach out and contact us. So to set these up, go back into your AdWords account, adwords.google.com. On the left-hand side down at the bottom, it says Shared Library. You're going to click on that Shared Library, and then you are going to click on the Audiences button on the left-hand side. It's going to ask you to upload a list. Now, this is where when you click on that red remarketing list button, it's going to give you the option as to whether you want to remarket to website visitors, which is your existing pay-per-click traffic and everybody that visits your website, or customer emails, which is the third one down there. So you can remarket to people that visit your website or people that you have inside your databases. And this is a phenomenal way to get in front of your past customers and remind them to refer you business. So if you feel like you're missing out on some opportunities with your database and you're not getting as many referrals as you should be, this is a phenomenal way to get in front of those people and give a nice soft message and impress them with some really well done advertising as well. We've also found that this works for real estate partners. So if you can get a list together of real estate partners and Google can find enough of them, you can show ads to your realtor referral partners thanking them for the referrals and have that show up just on YouTube or just inside their Gmail inbox. It's really cool. So anyways, when you're uploading one of these custom lists, you put in the name of the list, you choose the file. It needs to be a CSV file. That's CSV, stands for comma separated values. So you can take it from whatever database it is that you have it in. They'll export it to Excel. You clean that data so that you get the name, the phone number, the email address, and nothing else. And then you just export that into the CSV file and upload it into Google. Under membership duration, I don't recommend an expiration, and then just describe it so that when you go into your Google advertising campaign, you know what the list is and who's inside that list. And again, don't forget website retargeting as well. And you quite literally click on website visitors, you punch in your website. They will make sure that you've got the remarketing pixel on your site. If not, they give you instructions to send to the web developer, which will install it for you. You don't have to do that techie stuff, right? And that's it. You just select that audience when you go to run your advertisements, and away you go with a retargeting campaign. All right? So now we have the audiences all set up. So we've got our website retargeting set up. We have our list set up. Now it's time to actually run your campaign that is going to target that audience. So you go back into AdWords, click on that red campaign button or the blue campaign button. They're in the midst of a switch right now. So sometimes when you log in, you'll see the old interface. Old interface is red, or you'll see the new interface. New interface is blue. Same thing. Click the plus at the top that says campaign, right? And again, this is where I mentioned the search network only when you start your initial advertisement. Well, now you can get more advanced. You can show search ads just to your retargeting audience. You can show Gmail ads just to your retargeting audience, or you can click on video and you can show YouTube ads to your previous audience, okay? Now, as a reminder, we're coming up to the end of our content here. So if you have any questions while I'm going through this stuff, just type them into the chat box, and I'll be sure to answer all of your questions as soon as we're done the content. Cool? Awesome. So then what we're going to do for this example is we're going to set up a Gmail ad because these are incredibly effective, very low cost per click, and we're seeing good leads come through them. So what you're going to do is click on that display network only button there underneath your campaign type, then click display network only and no marketing objective at the top, and then click on all features. And if you're wondering, yes, absolutely, you get all these slides. I built this so that you could take the slide presentation and follow along afterwards. So we're going to get this slide presentation sent out to you as well. Then you just name your campaign, and you don't even really need to set the location on a retargeting campaign because we already set that up when we were running our initial ads, right? Then you name it, give it an enhanced bid, which I recommend no more than $1 per click inside this campaign. And then underneath how to target your ads, you click use a different targeting method, and then you select placement. When you click on that placements button, this placements window is going to pop up, and you get to choose the websites that you want to show your ads on. Type in mail.google.com and then click the double arrow on the right-hand side to move it over to your selected websites, and then you're done. You only want one placement or just showing these ads on Gmail. Then click next, and it will allow you to write your advertisement. And again, these ads are different than our initial advertisements. These are built around a direct call to action, building your brand, and telling the story of how you help people and showing testimonials, right? So you write your ad in there, make sure that you include your phone number, and we've got these in here. So check out the success story, giving back to the community, offer your free education, offer your rate calculator, and offer your financial assessment tool to those people in your retargeting audience. And if you are running paid ads existing in the business to promote the business, this can cut your click costs in half overall from your campaign. So you can take the exact same amount of budget and get almost double the leads through your campaign just by initiating retargeting effectively, and over time rolling more of your budget from your search campaign over into your retargeting campaign, because the retargeting costs are far less than what you're going to pay for your standard search campaign. So here's what we have learned during today's content. We've understood the rate dynamic online and know that our customers are actually hungry for real professionals that can actually help them, but there's a lack of those people on the Google Advertising Network, and this is our opportunity to get out there and capture that low-hanging fruit. We crafted our marketing plan and our offer so that we are different than what's out there in the marketplace right now. We have a unique value proposition that we're giving to the marketplace, and we went through the techie, yet a little bit step-by-step of launching your marketing plan. I realize I'm a little bit technical there, but again, you've got access to the slides to actually help you implement. Now, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't offer to do this for you, because again, this is technical, and although we're here to educate you and empower you with this information, if you're not working with a marketing director, if you're not sitting there with somebody on your team that can do this for you, and you know that you're not going to get it done, because I understand your time should be spent closing loans, not figuring out Google AdWords, right? If you don't have somebody to help this with you, that's what we're here for, and we can structure the entire campaign for you for a one-time fee. And again, we have a really nice discount on that program as a result of our relationship with First National. And you can also use your Wizard points to pay for this stuff if you so choose. So to structure out a full advertising campaign on AdWords with all of the retargeting, the pixels and everything as you've kind of seen it laid out in the presentation here today, it's normally a $1,500 fee, and you get a $500 discount as a result of your relationship with First National. So it's a $1,000 one-time fee, and everything is set up for you, and then you just fund the budget into Google AdWords, and and you've got a campaign that's fully optimized from the very beginning that you can just kick up and run with. So if you're interested in that, again, you can just email Chris@connectionincorporated.com, or you can just reach out for support. You can build it yourself, and if you run into a roadblock, just reach out. The support is free. We're happy to help you, and you can also text the word yes to 647-930-2242. We'll text you back and set up an appointment to get on the phone with you, kind of walk through what you've got now, show you how to optimize it, and then if you're potentially interested in our services, it's like the softest pitch ever. Like, hey, that's what I would do. Would you like us to help you with that? And if not, the advice is free, as always, on behalf of First National Financial. So that is our presentation for today. I hope that you really enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed being here sharing it with you. So let's get into our questions. So if you have any questions, you can go ahead and type those into the Q&A panel. So hold on, let's just get going here. Hold on now, folks. So I have just had a big red error message that says application error occurred. An error has occurred that will cause this application to exit after a short delay. Sorry for the inconvenience. Well, thank you, GoToMeeting, for the very blunt error message. Okay, so I think if I click on the OK, it's going to end the session. If I don't click on it, I'm not sure what will happen. So the problem being, I cannot get access to the Q&A. I can't open the chat panel. Hold on for just 1 second. We have one of our fantastic and talented team members here with us on the webinar as a panelist. So I'm just going to see if we can get the Q&A through chat here outside of the presentation. So give me just 1 second. And I apologize for the delay. Okay, so will there be a recording? So normally my answer to that is yes, absolutely, and we will post it inside the membership area for you. But based on the error message that I'm getting, I don't think that there will be a recording of this. So what I'll do is, obviously, I'll get you the information. We won't do it live, but I'll record it afterwards, and we'll do kind of an abbreviated presentation. I'll go through it as quick as we can and get you a recording of that. But you will absolutely get the slide presentation. That's going to be emailed out to everybody on Monday after the weekend, so you will get access to the presentation. Okay. Excellent. All right. And again, these are taking a minute because we're chatting them back and forth. So, okay. So I've never run Google AdWords before. How do I set up an account? So it's adwords.google.com, and then head on up to the top right-hand corner and click on sign up. And you'll need a Gmail account to do that, or a Google account in order to do that. And it's again, they'll walk you through the whole process. The most important part, obviously, with Google is putting in your credit card information. And again, you control your budgets 100%. So if don't worry about Google getting your credit card and running up a huge advertising bill. You can set your budgets as low as $5 a day to get started. You don't have to go crazy with it. It works though. You should have this stuff implemented. Okay, so our next question is, how much should my budget be on Google Ads a month? So that question can literally be mapped out once you have your campaign running for about 30 to 60 days. My recommendation is that you start off small, $5, $10, maybe $15 a day in advertising, which is $150, $300 to $450 a month. And that's going to give you a rough estimate of how much you're going to pay per click. And then for the clicks that you're driving, how many of those people are actually going to opt in and become a lead. The other thing that you're obviously going to get from that is phone calls. in your local marketplace. Once you have your cost per lead dialed in, then you can scale based on that. So if you know that for every $15 that you put into advertisements, you get one lead, you can say, okay, well, if I want 100 leads in a month, it's $1,500 in advertising to go out and get those leads. So you can kind of scale your budget on a monthly basis based on the number of leads that you want. Once you've got your first initial test, and don't go crazy on your budget in the first 30 to 60 days, just figure out what your cost per lead is and then scale from there. So hopefully that helps out. And do I have to have a big database to use remarketing? So that's a fantastic question. And the answer to that is no, you do not. We've seen people run successful remarketing campaigns with as little as 200 people in a database. And if you think of your sphere of influence, your past customers, again, we're speaking to an advanced level group here. The fact that you've had to have been invited to this session lets me know that you're successful in your business. You've got a good book of past customers that you can add in there. So having 200 people in a list shouldn't be a huge deal, especially if you include in all your referral partners and center of influence and your past customers as well. So you should be good to go there. And you can also combine your past customer list with your website audience list, and that makes it a lot larger as well. And then, if you're running Facebook ads in conjunction with your Google ads, you can drive a lot of traffic in a very short period of time by combining both of them. And then you've got a retargeting list of all of those people that you're then retargeting on Google and on Facebook, which we're going to teach you in an upcoming episode. So make sure that you stay tuned for that as well. Our next question is, do I have to have a video to utilize the YouTube ads? So the answer to that question is yes. So they're called pre-roll ads. So you have to have a video ad at least. So when we set ours up, this is the way that it looks. I haven't dug into whether or not you can run a text-based ad, but I've never seen the option available to do so. So you can run a video ad, and then it will show the logos and a little bit of ad copy that you write into the ad when you build it as a text ad on the side, but you have to be running the video ad for that text ad to show up on the right-hand side. So yes, you do have to have a YouTube video ad, but in today's world, you really don't need, the hyper clean, corporately produced video in your business. We live in the world of YouTube, and it's okay for things to be a little bit more granular, as long as people can see that it's you in your office, your lighting is good, your sound is good, and you've got a good message. It's totally okay that it's shot on your cell phone. I mean, your standard iPhone has a camera that shoots, quality that's good enough to, it's high definition. You can't really get any better than that. We don't need to publish our videos in 4K or anything weird like that, right? So get in front of that camera. Don't be scared. Your first couple might be a little bit rough, but I tell you, once you're through the first couple, it's such a fantastic resource to be able to communicate with your customers that you'll get great results from it. And I can't wait to see those videos. If you feel like you're a little bit scared to put them out there ahead of time, send them to me. I'm happy to critique them for you, and if they're not good, I'll tell you. Don't worry, and I'll give you the feedback on how to make them better. But I have a funny feeling that your videos are going to be fantastic, and I can't wait to see them. All right. Okay, so that question. So I'm not really. So I can't speak to products or particular situations within First National. I'm not actually an employee of First National Financial. I'm a consultant, I guess you would say. Certainly a partner. So my recommendation there would be to reach out to your account manager, and any deals that you have in flow that you're looking for questions about. Just go ahead and reach out to your account manager. They've got you well covered and are a phenomenal resource for you. So, and all of y'all should be reaching out to your account managers. Let them know what you thought about today's session and that you got value from it. And again, my name is Chris Johnstone, and you can reach me at chris@connectionincorporated.com for any answers to any of the questions that you have about this digital marketing stuff. So with that, we are going to wrap up. If there's any questions that I missed, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to get into even a report of the event, but if I can find those, I will get you your answer. If not, just email chris@connectionincorporated.com. I'll get you taken care of. And if you're headed to the big MPC conference this weekend, I'm looking forward to seeing you there. During the trade show, head on over to the First National booth. Make sure you stop by, say hello. I'll be there hanging out, answering any questions that you have, and maybe we can hook up like a Facebook Live or something like that while you're there. And yeah, and obviously talk marketing and helping you grow your business there. So with that, we are going to wrap up. Again, thank you so much for being here. Happy Friday afternoon. A big thank you to First National Financial for bringing us all together, and thank you for investing your valuable time here together, growing and learning. I hope that you enjoyed the event, and I'll see you next month. Talk soon, everybody.